Okay. Hi. Happy Sunday. It's Sarai here, and I'm not entirely sure where this is going to take me today, but I've been wanting to, or toying with the idea of talking about grief, which is not something people really care to talk about or hear about. Actually, I'm going to correct myself. I think people want to talk about it, but don't feel like they have permission to. So I'm giving you all permission today to talk about grief, to talk about what you're grieving, to give yourself permission to feel all the feels and to allow yourselves also permission to ask for help. I've been holding space for various people in various ways the past few weeks. Just people coming to me with their own stories of grief or their own process of grief. Some of them have told me in detail, and some of them have not told me anything, but are just letting me know that that's what they're working on for themselves. And some of it has to do with their own personal work. Some of it has to do with the triggering news of the world. The Orlando shooting, the Stanford rape case. People have been coming to me with the loss of loved ones, with the loss of relationships. And then also there's the grief of the loss of self. A little of what I'm working with right now, what I've had teachers talk about as the little deaths or the ego deaths, the releasing of old ways of being, of old stories that we have been telling ourselves that need to be set aside in order for change to happen, in order for growth to happen, in order to achieve the goals that we've set for ourselves. So grief is happening collectively, it's happening individually, it's happening internally. But what I'm noticing, and things that I've noticed before in Western culture, is that it's happening by ourselves. We tend in the West to grieve alone. And I don't know how healthy that is. I know it's hard to ask for help. I know it's hard to allow ourselves to be seen in our vulnerability, in our rawness, in our nakedness. But I think if we are to try and make a little sense of the happenings in the world that affect us all, it kind of brings me back to my previous share around the age of revelation, how nothing can hide in the shadows anymore, and really least of all ourselves. And so what if we came together in our grief? What if, the tragedies that shake us to our core actually bring us closer together and share stories with strangers as well as our loved ones about our grief? I'm reminded of the many times I've come together in ritual for grief, and how freeing it can feel to release in community, to feel held in community in our grief, to know that we are here to walk each other through this world. Ooh, that we're not here to do it. That we're not here to do it on our own. And if, by allowing my tears to flow, uh, towards all of you, to know that there is freedom in allowing ourselves to be seen in this way. That we are much more courageous than we think we are when we share our tears and our vulnerability. And so, I guess these past few weeks in holding space for others, I've forgotten to hold space for myself, to acknowledge that I too need to let go and create a space to share. And sometimes that space is virtual. And so these are healthy tears. Tears of release, tears of, for me, grief that I've been holding on to. I myself have been grieving privately and crying privately, and that's okay. I'm not ashamed of my tears. I'm really happy to be able to say that. But yeah, just internalizing that empathetic energy and holding space for others, and recognizing also that that triggers my own stories of grief that need healing still. And for me, it's some of the stories that are going on in the world, and stories of change and transformation, and knowing that for myself, I need to release a lot of old ways of being in order for the new me to keep emerging, to keep transforming. I am in a perpetual state of reemergence, it feels like sometimes, of death and rebirth as I come up on my 46th cycle in this world. I kind of marvel at that sometimes. But anyway, back to vulnerability and grief and sharing. And I'm encouraging you all to be brave and to reach out and to ask for support and to ask for help and to tell your intimates you love them, and to tell a total stranger you love them if that's what it takes. To be brave in your vulnerability, to be brave in your grief, not to be strong necessarily. It's okay to feel soft. In fact, I think it's pretty beneficial to allow yourself to soften, but maybe it requires a little courage to reach out and create the support circle that you need, to create a ritual to call your brothers and sisters and loved ones and family and chosen family together, and create a new way of being in the world by sharing your vulnerability and your grief and your tears with those around you. I guess that's my share today. It kind of feels oddly good to share this in this way. I don't know why, but it's making me smile, and my heart is feeling lighter to release this in this way. I'm sending my love out to all of you who are needing this today, who are needing to release in this way today, or maybe every day. But I know that through my own experience, the only way out is through. And I know that when I allow myself to feel all the feels, it allows things to move along and heal more quickly than just kind of wrapping it up in that tight little knot that we tend to carry around to get through our day. And to navigate the world sometimes it can be challenging. To walk with our grief, but I think it's maybe more challenging to walk with all of that locked up inside us. I think we're not meant to be these creatures of habit that we've become. They're good habits, but these habits that we have of numbing out, of choosing different ways of being that make us want to hide our true selves. So, Sunday blessings to you all. I send you love on the path to feeling all the feels. Know that you are not alone ever in this. And I am here for you if you need me, if I know you, if I don't know you. Reach out to your loved ones, reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, reach out to whoever it is you call upon for support. And maybe that's in this realm, and maybe it's in the ancestral realm. Wherever it is, know that you are supported somewhere in this world and held and loved and cared for. Ashe.